Have you ever stood in the middle of a gym, looked at all the complicated machines and heavy barbells, and then gone home and just done push-ups instead? Or maybe you're the opposite. You've been doing bodyweight exercises for months, you're seeing some results, but you have that nagging voice in your head asking, am I wasting my time? Should I just get a gym membership to really build muscle? This is the great debate. Gym versus calisthenics. Weights versus body weight. One side says you need heavy iron to grow. The other side shows incredible physiques built using nothing but the ground and a pull-up bar. It's confusing. And that confusion can lead to paralysis by analysis, where you're so busy wondering what to do that you don't do anything consistently. My promise to you in this video is simple. By the end of this, the confusion is over. We are going to cut through the noise and look at the actual science. Not just what feels better, but what works better for your specific goals, whether that's building maximum muscle size, gaining pure strength, or just getting fit. And I'll give you a hint. The answer isn't one is better than the other. The answer lies in understanding one single principle. It's the one law of muscle growth that governs everything. And once you understand it, you'll know exactly how to build muscle with any tool. That principle is called progressive overload. And today, we're going to make it simple. First, let's make sure we're speaking the same language. What are we really comparing? When we say gym, we're talking about resistance training using external loads, dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, and machines. The key variable here is that to make an exercise harder, you simply add weight. You go from a 50-kilogram bench press to a 52.5-kilogram bench press. It's very simple to measure. When we say calisthenics, we're talking about resistance training using your own body weight. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, dips, and advanced skills like planches or handstand push-ups. To make an exercise harder, you can't add weight to the bar. You have to change your body's leverage, add repetitions, slow down the tempo, or move to a harder variation, like going from a push-up to an archer push-up. Now, here is the most important scientific concept of this entire video. Please, if you remember nothing else, remember this. Your muscles do not have eyes. They do not know if you are in a $100 per month gym or in your bedroom. They don't know if you're lifting a $500 barbell or your own body. They only know one thing: tension. The primary driver for muscle growth or hypertrophy is mechanical tension. When you challenge a muscle, you create micro tears in the muscle fibers. Your body then repairs these fibers, making them thicker and stronger to handle that stress in the future. This adaptation only happens if the stress is more than what the muscle is used to. This is progressive overload. So the question is not gym versus calisthenics. The real scientific question is, which method is better at applying progressive mechanical tension? Let's break that down for our two main goals: building muscle size and building maximal strength. This is the big one. Which one builds more muscle? The gym camp says you must lift heavy weights in the 8-12 rep range. The Calisthenics camp says you can get just as big with high-rep bodyweight movements. Who is right? Well, the science is actually very clear on this. A landmark 2017 meta-analysis by Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, looked at all the studies comparing high-load, heavy weights, low reps, versus low-load, light weights, high reps training. His findings shocked a lot of people. As long as you train close to muscular failure, that point where you can't do another rep with good form, both high-load and low-load training build virtually identical amounts of muscle.
Let me repeat that.
Lifting a 30-kilogram dumbbell for 30 reps to failure can build just as much muscle as lifting a 100-kilogram barbell for 8 reps to failure. This is fantastic news for calisthenics. It means that doing 25, 30, or even 40 push-ups in a set can build just as much chest and tricep muscle as a heavy bench press, provided you are pushing close to failure. So for hypertrophy, the science says it's a tie. But there is a huge practical difference. And it comes back to progressive overload. In the gym, progressive overload is simple. You did 50 kilograms for 8 reps? Next week, you do 52.5 kilograms. With calisthenics, it's complicated. Let's say you can do 30 push-ups. To apply progressive overload, what do? You could do 35 push-ups, then 40. But soon, you're doing 60 push-ups, and the set takes 2 minutes. You're no longer training for hypertrophy. You're training for muscular endurance. This is where calisthenics athletes get smart. Instead of adding reps, they add difficulty. Instead of a push-up, you elevate your feet. Instead of a push-up with feet elevated, you move to a pseudo-planche push-up, leaning your body forward. Instead of a regular pull-up, you do an archer pull-up. Instead of a bodyweight squat, you do a pistol squat, one-legged. This is progressive overload. But it requires more knowledge and skill. Conclusion for hypertrophy: both the gym and calisthenics are equally effective at building muscle if you train close to failure and if you are consistently applying progressive overload. The gym just makes that overload much, much easier to track and apply. Okay, what about pure, maximal strength? I'm talking about your 1 rep max, 1 RM. How much can you possibly lift one single time? Here, the answer is not a tie. The answer is the gym, by a large margin. The reason is a different scientific principle, the SAID principle, or specific adaptation to impose demands. It's a fancy way of saying, you get good at what you do. To get good at lifting very heavy things, you must lift very heavy things. Maximal strength is a specific neural adaptation. You are training your central nervous system to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible, all at the same time for one explosive effort. This adaptation is best, and some argue only, trained by lifting weights above 85–90% of your 1 RM. You simply cannot replicate that level of absolute force with a standard bodyweight exercise. A push-up, even a difficult one, is not the same stimulus as a 140-kilogram bench press. A 2023 study confirmed this, showing that while hypertrophy was similar, the 1RM strength gains were significantly greater in the group that trained with heavy external loads compared to the bodyweight-only group. This doesn't mean calisthenics athletes are weak. Absolutely not. They have incredible relative strength. That is, strength relative to their body weight. A gymnast is one of the strongest pound-for-pound athletes on the planet. But if your only goal is to have the biggest 1RM squat, bench press, or deadlift possible, you must train with barbells. You have to follow the SAID principle. So, we know they are both great for building muscle, but the gym is better for building max strength. But that's not the whole story. Let's talk about the practical pros and cons. The gym's main pro is what we just discussed: easy, quantifiable, progressive overload. It's also fantastic for isolation. You want bigger side delts? You can do lateral raises. You want bigger biceps? You do curls. The gym is also infinitely better for training your legs. This is the biggest, most common critique of calisthenics, and it is 100% true. It is extremely difficult to build big, strong legs with body weight alone. Your legs are so strong that a basic bodyweight squat is just a warm-up. Even the pistol squat, which is the hardest variation, becomes a test of balance and mobility, not just pure strength, and many people can never master it. Nothing in calisthenics compares to the muscle-building stimulus of a heavy barbell squat or a deadlift. The con of the gym? It costs money. You have to travel to it. It can be crowded and intimidating. Now, let's look at calisthenics. The pros are obvious. It's free. You can do it anywhere. Your bedroom, a park, a hotel room. This makes it incredibly consistent. It also builds a different type of fitness. It builds incredible core strength, body control, balance, and mobility. You're not just strengthening a muscle. You're learning to move your entire body as one cohesive unit. It builds a very athletic, functional physique. The con of calisthenics? We just named it. It is very, very difficult to properly train your legs for size and strength. And for some, progressing on the upper body, like moving from a pull-up to a one-arm pull-up, is so difficult it can take years, which can be discouraging. I understand that feeling of standing at a crossroads, thinking you have to choose a side for life. Team gym or team calisthenics. But I hope this video has shown you that this is a false choice. It's not versus. It's not a war. This is not a belief system. It's fitness. We are just talking about tools in a toolbox. A dumbbell is a tool. A pull-up bar is a tool. Your body is a tool. The only question is, what is the right tool for your job? So here is the final Quevo verdict. What should you do? If you are a complete beginner, the answer is simple. Start with calisthenics. Learn to master your own body first. Learn what it feels like to activate your lats in a pull-up or your chest in a push-up. Build a foundation of core strength and joint stability. It's free and it will give you 90% of the results you want for the first year. If your goal is pure muscle size, hypertrophy, the science says both work. My honest advice? Do the one you enjoy more. Because the best program is the one you will actually stick to for the next 5 years. Consistency is what builds muscle, not the tool. But if you ask me, what is the optimal path? The most efficient way to build a strong, muscular, and athletic physique? The answer is do both. Be a hybrid athlete. Use calisthenics for what it's best at, mastering your upper body. Focus on getting stronger at pull-ups, dips, and handstand push-ups. And use the gym for what it's best at, building a powerful lower body. Go to the gym twice a week and focus on heavy barbell squats and deadlifts. This hybrid approach gives you the best of all worlds. You get the relative strength and skill of calisthenics and the absolute strength and leg development of the gym. You don't have to choose. You just have to train smart. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your preferred tool? Are you Team Gym, Team Calisthenics, or are you a hybrid athlete? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped clear up the gym versus calisthenics debate for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you want more fitness explained with science made simple, make sure you subscribe to Quevo. Thank you for watching. Train smart. And I'll see you in the next one.